I was addicted to crack cocaine, alcohol, and marijuana.
I just did what I always do. I adapted and became, homeless.
It started when I was younger. I say about 15 years old. I got hooked on weed and alcohol. Then I started selling dope, selling weed and crack. And after that, it just spun out of control.
4 suitcases, and I have my backpack. That's what my life had been reduced to.
Being on the street and then prison, I didn't trust anybody. And if somebody did something for you, they wanted something.
I lived on the street for what, 2 years? It was rough, girl. Sleeping everywhere, out in the cold. I mean, it was hard. When I was on the street, I feel like didn't nobody love me, not even my kids.
I was a missionary in Brazil from 2012 until 2020. In 2019, I came back from a missionary conference, and my marriage functionally ended the day after I returned. It was really a super difficult time in my life. Everything had been blown up that I thought was really meaningful. I cried probably more than I have ever in my entire life. It was pretty bleak for a while, just working through a lot of pain. That time really kind of helped to refine me because it kind of really stripped away everything I thought was really important.
Mike had gone through a lot of trauma in his life, and not just the initial things of just going through a difficult marital situation and coming off the mission field, but a lot of things just in his whole upbringing. And so he was pretty broken and pretty timid.
I'm trying to find a job. Nothing's opening up. I can't find anything. And in July, I get a text from Tom saying, are you interested? Are you available? And so I said, absolutely. I came down here and did an in-person interview, and we sat in our small conference room, and I sat in there for about 2 hours while I got a round-robin interview. And when I left, I knew that this is where I wanted to work.
Mike's genuineness and having gone through that journey has been a great gift to his way too, and be able to be genuine, transparent, and really build a program, which is what he focuses on, that helps them address and unpack a lot of the key issues that he had walked through. So kind of he very much understands more than he ever thought he would.
I was trying to push them away. I didn't want help because, I knew they'd want something. And it took me a while to get comfortable with letting people in and letting them help me.
There's a lot of uncertainty. They don't know what to make of this place, especially when people start to treat them kindly and to start extending love and grace to them. They don't know how to deal with that. Anthony came into our program, and it became apparent pretty quickly that he could read.
When I was about 25, I was in a bad car wreck. It took me a year to learn everything else, but I got messed up on the reading and writing because I was a good student in high school. And after I come out of the car wreck, I was, was ashamed to tell anybody I could read.
The community started helping read for him and read to him and stuff like that and help him answer the questions.
I found an app on the App Store called Nartagani, and I bought an iPad. We bought an iPad and downloaded the software and started working on helping him to read.
I had the opportunity to sit down with Anthony and just read and take him through some of his questions, and he was so excited just to be able to answer a question. And after a while I realized he could read a little bit, and so we kind of worked him through that, and just seeing the confidence build in his life when he can read a little bit. His head hung pretty low when he walked in, and I think just seeing his head up, seeing a big smile on his face, seeing his boisterous kind of personality come out, which had been very muted, were all really exciting things.
I could read a lot better than I did, because I had got down to a second grade level. Now I believe I'm up, not high school yet, but I can say junior high. That's why I want to learn how to read and write, so I can get back to life. Life really forced to be, and help me be a better man.
Grew up in a military family. My father was a liaison officer, but we lived overseas. And we moved to Huntsville with the missile program when I was very young. But we moved back and forth out to the Pacific every 3 years. And I was a successful truck driver, drunk truck driver, but I was successful. I finally started suffering some consequences. My health was going. I had a couple heart attacks out there, and then got arrested and ended up going to prison.
Tragically, Matt went through an experience where he lost his leg. And I think that's really, again, life kind of humbles you and life kind of breaks you.
Basically, the tennis shoe that they gave me in prison rubbed a hole in my toe, and then, as you can imagine, the showers in prison are not that clean, and I got a infection, osteomyelitis, which is a bone infection, and they ended up cutting all my toes off at first, but that didn't get it, and so it kept progressing, and they took my leg off 2 years ago, August.
He was in a wheelchair that, of course, we have a kind of sloped campus.
I'd come screaming down the hill, and then flatten my one shoe out.
A mobile wheelchair came in, and one of our residents, Lucas Boone, was at the thrift store and saw it and immediately goes, "Matt needs that."
On the front, there was a price tag, and it had, $200 on it, and then it was scratched off and it said 0. It made me think that there were people that cared, still, in my life, that did care about me. And the fact that I can touch people with what I've learned here, then that shows me that I've grown so much in my faith.
The person comes here with their life broken. Every aspect of their life needs repair. And so it's just not about being sober or even just learning about Jesus. It's dealing with medical issues. It's dealing with repairing broken relationships. It's helping with education. It's helping with Glenn's eyesight. It's helping with employment. It really involves the whole gambit of the human experience. No man left behind means that nobody's inability or disability, limitation is going to hinder them from being successful here. And we as a community make sure that's the case.
No man left behind means that we continue to walk with these guys, even when we're encountering difficulty. It's important that they see that even if they are failing or having struggles, that we're not going to just cast them out.
First came here, I thought I'm just going to do the 9 months. That's going to get me through parole. I'm going to get this ankle monitor off my leg, and then I'm going to move on. The funny thing along the line, I happened to run into God and start a relationship with God that I didn't think that I would get here.
But I made it through because of the grace of God. He leaves no man behind. And I really believe that.
God didn't leave me behind. When things blew up in Brazil, he was still right there with me, even in the midst of all that painful chaos. He provided a place for me to stay, provided me with community, provided me with work, and eventually provided me with a direction to something that would be probably the most important work I've done in my life.
The gospel message of Jesus Christ is one who left heaven to come into our world, come into our mess, in order to get us back to heaven with him. It's always about the gospel message, about his influence in our lives, taking us from where we were to where we could be. And so no one is ever left behind.